The architecture world is fast, demanding, and unforgiving, especially for young professionals trying to leave their mark. So behind every beautiful design are hours of drafting, revisions, late night fixes, and clients who somehow always just have one more request. Today, we sit down with someone who represents the future of architecture, a young architect at ELG Solutions who proves that talent, discipline, and humility can take you far, even in an industry dominated by pressure and deadlines. So for this episode, we uncover the real day-to-day life of outsourced architectural work, how she manages overseas clients, handles tight timelines, and what she's learned about the architecture industry that school never teaches you. This isn't a conversation about fancy titles or running a department. This is a conversation about how real work, real challenges, and real growth go about. If you own an architect firm, a construction company, an engineering or manufacturing firm, real estate company, or just someone who wants to understand what it's like to build a global career, this episode is for you. Let's get started. So before we get into outsourcing, workflows, and handling international clients, I want people to understand you first, the person behind the work. So let's start with your story. What inspired you to pursue architecture, and what was your journey like before joining ELG Solutions?
So, hi Lois, thank you for having me in this podcast. When I talk about my journey and how I eventually joined ELG Solution, I usually say it was shaped by hard work and discipline in this profession. But it's a lot more than that. I also had to invest time and, of course, skill set. Architecture wasn't my first choice. Its intensive training and demanding workload seemed hard back then. Still, I was curious if I can do it. What shifted my perspective was realizing that architecture wasn't just a difficult degree, it was an opportunity. I began to see it as a way to contribute, to create, and fundamentally about providing something. Before joining ELG Solutions, I was a site architect for 4 years. I was able to contribute to several projects, residential and commercial properties. Majority of my expertise was gained through working on site, as I got to see the ins and outs of the profession, understanding how decision translate to construction, and architecture is about providing that work.
So you mentioned some challenges earlier, and I want to go deeper into that. So architecture is beautiful, right? But also is brutal sometimes. So from your perspective, what are the biggest challenges architects face today?
I think the top challenges architects face in today's economy is first, economic and budget constraint. Second is adopting newer technology. And the last is low awareness and undervaluation of architectural services.
And what's something that the industry doesn't talk about enough?
I think perfectionism, because anything else that is less perfection in architecture is a failure, and a job well done is basically invisible.
And what do you feel is the most underrated skill in architecture?
Communications, because everything starts with communications as well.
What is one misconception people have about architects?
That we just draw.
That you just draw.
Yes.
And this is exactly why outsourcing has become such a big support system for firms today. So let's break down your experience. What tasks does clients or your clients usually need help with?
Clients usually need support in technical aspects like CAD, drafting services, modeling, visualization, BIMs, documentation, and project management support. They also sometimes ask for specialized services like interior, structural, EMP drawings.
And how does outsourcing actually make their workflow smoother?
Through outsourcing, clients can focus on the core design, client meeting, site works, and other in-house activities, while outsourced specialists are the extended of the in-house that work on time-consuming and specialized tasks that makes the turnover time faster.
And what other architecture services can you provide?
Our ELG team provides quantity surveying works, project coordination, documentation management, along with other architectural services.
And what are all the industries that you think could benefit from outsourced architecture?
I think firms like, of course, architectural firms, interior and furniture design, construction and engineering firms, industrial, institutional, hospitality and tourism, real estate and property development, retail and commercial, and startups.
And what is the most challenging type of project that you have worked on, and could you say why?
I think mostly large-scale projects that are complex and requires intricate coordination between different teams such as engineering, structural, electrical, and etc.
So I think people will be surprised on how much coordination and skills goes into what you do. So can you give everyone or our viewers a behind the scenes view of your workflow? So could you walk us through your typical workday?
The day-to-day basis actually depends on the client. Some prefers a quick coordination meeting before I start, while others simply send detailed instruction by emails. Typically, I begin my day by checking emails for updates, priorities, and new tasks. Once the day scope is clear, I fill out the accomplishment report, noting the start time, project name, and relevant details. Then I move into the deep work, which is designing or modeling. If any issues or questions come up, I email the client for clarifications or schedule a short coordination call to confirm design decision before proceeding. At the end of the day, I finalize the deliverables, send a summary of progress or completed work, and update my accomplishment to reflect on the final hours and task completed time.
So in your experience, how do you collaborate with overseas clients while you handle revisions, and how would you be able to manage their expectations?
I start understanding their requirements and preference, communication channels, whether emails, calls, or virtual meetings. I provide updates, share progress and accomplishment reports, and seek timely feedback to avoid misunderstandings. For revision, I document all changes, confirm approvals, and adjust work efficiently, ensuring a smooth coordination even with different time zones.
And so how do you ensure the quality in your work?
I ensure quality by reviewing clients' instruction and project standards. During design and modeling, I follow a structured checklist for accuracy, coordination, and compliance. I conduct internal reviews and seek client clarifications when needed to produce quality results.
And in between all of those, how do you manage the tight deadlines?
I manage tight deadlines through planning and prioritization, and create a checklist to break tasks into categories and focus on high-impact work first. Regular progress checks and proactive communications with clients help address issues early.
So, as we could all see, you're young, but you've already worked with multiple clients and handled a lot of pressure. From everything that you've learned so far while in ELG, what are the biggest lessons you think you've learned from working with international clients?
That communication is critical due to the time zone difference, of course, and we're remote. Also, flexibility and adaptability, since every client has a different workload, standards, and expectations.
So, for the young architects who would be able to see this podcast, what advice would you be able to give them, or to the firms thinking of outsourcing architectural work?
To younger architects than me, the best advice I would give is to always be teachable and adaptable. Errors are fine, mistakes are okay, but always continue learning and to develop a strong communication skills. And to the firms thinking of outsourcing architectural works, Outsourced specialists provide access to specialized expertise, faster turnaround time, and flexibility while maintaining quality results.
So everything we've heard from you so far would really help those firms aspiring to go to the path of outsourcing for our architectural works and others. So as we've all heard, architecture is not just about building structures. It's about building people, building teams, building careers that could drive even in high-pressure environments. So if your design projects are piling up, if deadlines are getting tighter, or if your firm needs extra hands without the overhead, you don't need to slow down. Download our free outsourcing guide for architecture services. And visit our website, elgsolutions.com.ph. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.